Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm King of Baden, and in today's video we're back in Anthem for episode 5. I don't remember what we left off doing in this game. I believe we had just done missions for the Acarnist, and I think we're going on to, right now it has us assigned to do a contract, but I'm going to walk around real quick and see if anyone else has anything to say. He never has anything really important to say. He just spreads rumors that he hears around. And I really don't like talking to him because most of it doesn't make sense, and it's kind of like he's trying to push his own agenda. Okay, never mind. I thought he was someone else. Thought he was him, so I was trying to figure out who he was because it looked familiar, but not familiar enough.
Freelancer. What can Mathais Errol Sumner help you with today?
I just wanted to see how you were doing.
My research is progressing. I'm still alive and very happy about it. I intended to buy you a drink as thanks for the rescue, but then I remembered being banned from the bar.
You're banned? Why?
For, starting fights. Not proud of it, it just happened. One minute someone's mocking Von Blatt's theory of diurnal obsolescence, the next minute you got bloody knuckles. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Emotions take over.
Exactly. Sometimes old impulses take over.
Old impulses?
Growing up in the streets of Helios, you pick up some bad habits. Discourse, dialogue, civility, the Acarnist ways, those I had to learn. Lashing out is instinct.
I didn't know you grew up on the streets.
I don't advertise it.
Everyone has a past. It's what you do now that matters.
That's what I kept saying. I wanted to learn. I wanted to improve the world through knowledge. Still do. But it wasn't enough for some. I couldn't overlook my origins.
Yet you persisted.
Had to. Had to force open the doors they shut on me. Force open the door. The gateway, if the aperture could be widened and maintained. Oh, you're brilliant.
But I didn't.
Apologies. I meant me. I must pursue this train of thought. Talk later.
Interesting. I guess he kind of cuts stuff off, kind of how Bryn does. A little different though, because he's thinking about work. Bryn cuts herself off because she just gets caught up in the social work, I guess. Like, social anxiety seems to take over with Bryn when she's talking to freelancers. But I think that's enough talking now, and we can check out some of these. I think I want to progress the story today, if I can actually. I don't see anything in here. There it is. So this is Seeing in the Dark. Cover clues to the Acarnist ruins. Still in hard. Let me see actually if I have anything new. I think I probably finished off in the Forge after the last mission. But I just want to check and be sure that everything is up to date, basically, or up to the highest it can be. That's not going to be replaced for a while. And there's these two. So yeah, I think I'm good. And we'll just go ahead and jump into this mission. Try and find out more about the Monitor and what's going on with the Dominion and who he works for, basically. A little green flame is still cool. I like how it seems like each one has a slightly different colored flame, or like, I guess, floating ability, because it seems like the Storm doesn't have one. And it's more of just like electromagnetism that keeps it in the air more than the rockets that are on the other Javelin suits. Ooh, this is a new landing spot actually. I don't ever remember landing here. But for the story missions they do stuff differently. So
From very old field notes, there was something the writer wasn't saying. Something important they didn't write down. I'm certain of it.
So you had a hunch.
A hypothesis.
Right.
What secrets must they hold?
Let's find out.
yeah. Okay. So just dropping them some random spots for the missions. I don't know if it did that in the earlier episodes. I can't actually remember back to those. I just kind of remember what happened, like what I did in them. Unless the finer details. That's a little like, I guess, warp gate of like a simple warp gate, basically. It just drags you to another place and cools your suit down too on the way through it. They're pretty cool. It's like a fast travel, quote unquote. Well, it's a fast travel without a fast travel, a shortcut. That's the word that I should have used from the beginning.
This will be difficult at night.
What am I looking for?
A marker of some type, something
Oh,
other
they're
Arcanists
dead.
can recognize.
Forgot how to play the game for a second. Trying to press one of the bumpers to melee. And for these things, it seems like... Oof. Never mind. I was gonna say, for these things, it seems a bit easier to melee. Then almost died. Weird. That was a little glitch, I guess. Not glitch, but
Vile creatures. All right.
at the corner at a weird angle, basically.
I've seen this before. It won't trigger whether the right stimulus.
Which is what?
A shift in energy. We create a big enough change, the wires detect it, the marker triggers.
Like a fire alarm?
Exactly. That shaper object across from the marker is made for echoes.
Got it. Let's build a fire.
Alright. Dang, there's something else I was finna say before that started. I think this is still trying to go through some of the,
But the marker won't trigger without a larger shift in energy. More echoes needed.
No, wait, no. It's still trying to teach some of the stuff, like the mechanics of the game. So this echo thing, it shows up quite a bit. A lot of the strongholds, which is the thing similar to a Destiny raid. Not as difficult though. The Destiny raids definitely took that whole thing to a new level. Well, at least they brought it into modern gaming on a new level. I know there's a lot of that stuff in
So many echoes will
other games whose names I can't remember. I want to say like,
Just needed Acarnists.
I'm not even gonna try and guess a name because I don't know.
How did you learn?
Let's say World of Warcraft is a safe guess, I guess.
secrecy in our history. It opened up new ways to look at
These things are
research
far
that we
away.
had.
Usually they aren't this far. They're usually fairly close to whatever you have to bring them to. Oops. Well, that worked anyways.
Looks like we'll need more.
Yeah, they usually wait. Oops. Well, that's what happens when you overheat. You can stop flying and drop out of the sky like I did, or you can just like crash land basically. Yeah, these echoes are quite far away this time. There's nothing really happening right now. There's underwater stuff too. There's no underwater fighting. I don't know if that's coming to the game at all or not. Or if they're just gonna keep it and
I can't say for sure. My theory, however, is we learned something about the hidden ruins.
try to add it in some more later. Because I know there's supposed to be, but they've been saying this a lot, there's supposed to be a bunch of new stuff coming to the game. Hello? Alright. And I think there's some, yeah, there's one locked in this cage. Yeah. So this is another thing that happens a lot, where there'll be like stuff locked in a cage and you have to kill a bunch of enemies, and then come back to them and get, or you kill a bunch of them and then like a lieutenant spawns. You kill him, and then you can get the stuff inside. And my health is actually really low compared to my higher level character, and I'm just now noticing that. With all of my higher levels, you can't even see like each individual bar anymore. I'd have to get up and count like with a pen to see each individual section. And this one's just obviously 3. Yeah, this LMG is a much better fit than the what is it? The marksman rifle. That's it.
Stand in your way.
Didn't plan on it.
That's not what I wanted. But this guy's already down.
Let's get those echoes.
There's only 2 of these. Okay, good.
That seems pointless.
Like a fishing lure for freelancers.
Oh. Clever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gotta respect that.
basically they made fishing nets for freelancers to try and capture them. And since these are the, ooh, I forgot the name, scabs, something like that. Scar. Since they're the Scar, they're kind of scavengers of the area. So capturing a freelancer gets them new parts, basically. They'll just kill him and break apart the suit. I just realized by how I've done it, because at one point I guess since it made me grab it made me grab one echo the first time, and I guess at some point I only grabbed a second one and came back now I have to go and look for a single one later, since you can only carry 3 at a time.
They're fascinating creatures, but only from very far away, behind a wall, with the lights on.
His voice is like changing as he's talking. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Is there another one in the area? Or should I take? I'm gonna take these 2 back and come over again, just so I don't have to come back for that. It's the same amount of trips, I think. Anyways. I was hoping I got struck by lightning, actually. Because that'd be cool. I haven't been struck in the air by lightning. I've only been struck on the ground. I think we need to go this way now. Oh, this is what it looks like when you crash land. So like I said before that, what you call it? If you fly straight down, it'll cool your suit. But once you overheat, that's really it. But if you land in water, you're right back up. So that was kind of lucky. I didn't plan that out, really. It just happened. Alright, there's 1. 2.
How did you do this work without freelancer help?
And 3. Alright.
That's done it. The marker's been triggered.
The Acarnist fire alarm.
Precisely.
So I think a bunch of stuff is just gonna spawn on me now, basically. That was one of those weird exploders, which is pretty much, from what I could grab, like, based on how it looks, it's like a worker that holds a bunch of eggs and then explodes. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, so there's the worker and it opens its mouth and it looks like this one. Oh, I guess they're both workers? Unless I read the first one wrong, which is highly likely. That was a soldier and workers. The workers look like, the soldiers look like workers. No, the workers look like soldiers carrying eggs. That's the way. Oops, gotta die in that first hit.
Please activate that marker.
I don't think that's the marker. I don't know what that fire is. It must be from lightning.
Let's see what the Acarnist left for us.
Got it. Very strange energy signature.
So, runes. What are they?
Secret writing. A technique lost and forgotten. To think the key to my work was right in front of me.
Hello? There we go.
You got it?
I did. Oh dear, the energy is starting to fluctuate.
Does that mean her?
Yes.
That's all we're gonna get.
Should be enough. I have an idea how to find more of these in the future. Yes, I'll explain when we get back before Tarsus, but first, thank you. These rooms hold the key to finding the Elysian manuscript. I'm certain.
That was a very simple mission. I'm definitely about to do another one right after this one. I think I'll do the next one for Mathais just to keep the story rolling in this episode. What's that saying? Oh, I can use a new javelin now. So, in the comments below, you know what to do. Let me know which javelin I should unlock next and start using. It's between the Colossus, the Storm, and the Ranger. Am I gonna use any of these? I don't know if they're better than what I'm using, so I'll have to check. But I think I'm gonna keep the same kit anyways and go right back out into the next mission. Alright, so now we gotta go find Mathais. And
Hey there, it's me.
Owen?
We need to chat. It's important. Meet me in the bar.
Okay, I'll be there. Owen?
And-
Huh.
talk to Owen, I guess, too. Is that where it's leading me now? No, okay. But I'm gonna talk to Mathais first since he's right here.
Freelancer? Freelancer, yes, excellent, you're here.
Matthias? Need something?
Need something? Oh, no, no, no. Have something. You remember that strange energy the runes emitted?
I remember you mentioning something while I collected them.
I managed to isolate and identify the energy pattern. I passed it along to your cipher,
Who can now help me find those invisible runes?
which are the key to unlocking another impenetrable mystery.
Which means you want me to go find more of them.
Yes, the more the better. With enough, I'm certain I can find the location of the Elysian manuscript. Certain. I have several leads. It's very promising. Talk later.
You got it, Matthias.
I just realized I don't look at their mouths when they talk, so I'm not sure how well lined up they are. When he said talk later, it definitely wasn't the same motion, like mouth movements for it. That's the word. Mouth movements. Mouth movements. I don't know who this man thinks he is.
What's up?
What are you talking about? You called me, mate.
No, you.
Oh, hold on a second.
The Monitor is leading a mission back into the Heart of Rage. He wants to weaponize the Cenotaph. We decrypted the archive you recovered from the Regulator camp earlier, and we know why he's after unique Shaper relics.
Doesn't mean he'll succeed.
Did you know the Monitor was there when the Dominion attacked Freemark? One of the few who escaped when the Cenotaph leveled the city.
Oh, shit.
He's ruthless, driven, and savage. An incredibly powerful cipher and a brilliant pilot. He frightens even his own people.
The storm will tear him apart. No one survives the Heart of Rage.
You did. The intel also reveals that he's perfected a way to harness the power of the Cenotaph, and we cannot let that happen.
Obviously.
I need you to find a way through the Heart of Rage, get to the Cenotaph first, and silence it. Do what freelancers do.
Do what freelancers do. You're talking about a bloody cataclysm.
He's right. We aren't equipped to take that on.
Of course. Well, I can think of others who survived the Heart of Rage that day, who never let it go, studied it.
Oh, come on.
I feel like I'm supposed to know this one.
My old partners, Halleck and Faye.
Intel says the Monitor is on their trail. Suggests Faye has found something important. Last known location.
Oh, I can. So, Halleck and Faye. Intel says your partnership ended badly.
I don't know. We just kind of grew apart.
Really? Because I heard that Halleck never forgave you for pulling him out of that storm, and Faye went...
Where are we going?
Oh, right. Oh, you're kidding me. No, Halleck and Faye are working with Princess Zim.
The Regulator boss?
Oh, please, she's a smuggler at best. She's a full-fledged crime lord at worst. We really need them.
To get through the Heart of Rage and beat the Monitor to the Cenotaph. Yeah, we need him.
Do we? You and I? We're such a solid team already.
Of course, that's why Tassin picked us. You got my back, I got yours.
All right. Hey, considering that the Monitor is both Lancer and Cypher, we could probably use A very fabulous Cypher Javelin pilot combo of our own.
Oh, and be patient. Pilot lessons are going fine, but seriously, it might take you years.
Okay. You know what? This might be fun. Apparently, Princess Im's camp is like a traveling carnival. Now, it's a traveling carnival run by bloodthirsty gangsters, who like gifts. So you need to get us something to get in. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
You want to take a second to go back a little bit. When Owen snatched that drink off to cheers with, was it? Just Tannis? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tannis. That's my guess. The drink, he took that drink terribly. He like scowled while he was drinking it. Not scowled, winced while he was drinking it. Winced after he drank it. He was not handling that drink well. But instead of doing that mission, because that's a whole nother set of stuff, I'm gonna go into this one here and get this contract out the way, just so we can catch up in that sense. And I know I remember the next mission actually very well, because when I was trying to level up in my first run through, it's a fairly long one basically, and I did that one a bunch when I was trying to level up. I changed the sentence in the middle instead of finishing the first one. All right.
Yarrow, what's the plan?
Distress call from a group of Acarnists. See what they need.
I'll check it out.
Okay. Let me see here. I think it's funny how so far in this video I spend more time in loading screens than I have actually playing the game, just because I'm replaying the story basically. So all of these missions no one's really playing anymore. I think people really only come on here to do strongholds and legendary contracts, and all I'm doing are like basic contracts and literal story missions. So that's the. Did I shoot this?
All right, what do we got? Okay, let's sort this out.
Also, I'm freeing them, but there's still like enemies around. So I don't know how much is actually supposed to be doing. Like when he walks out,
Making progress. Good.
then what? Would they just wander around? Like, that doesn't make sense. And I think that was an egg sack. I can shoot that from here. Things don't reduce damage. Or slightly reduced, actually. I don't have to stand there and get hit at all. Oh, they moved. Okay.
Very close. Keep going.
So the thing about Acarnist is they're generally not fighters, and they also need to be fighters, basically. Like, they're always out in the field doing work, but none of them fight ever. The only people that'll help them is freelancers if they hire them, and the Sentinels if it falls in their jurisdiction, basically. What do I need to do?
Outside the wall. You hear?
Oh, some loot. Alright, cool. There's not much of this dropping around, at least at this level. I know in the higher levels it's been dropping, it dropped more often. Oh, it's not dead? That was gross. That was the first time I've seen that happen. I am just killing these things, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, I've killed enough now. So that's the weird thing about this game is
The area's clear of scorpions.
when you finish like fighting off waves of enemies, then the rest just wander off.
Yeah, it's okay. I got more work for you since you're already out there. Heard there might be a group of outlaws around here. Find them.
Okay, understood.
I didn't never notice that they like spin and roll back up and then go away. So it's kind of like the size of Well, not kind of like the size of, but it's like a switchblade basically, where it spins out and spins away. There's some more birds up this way. Since I was trying to make sure I could make it to that point, so I stayed flying high, which I generally do, and then go low and cool down a little bit.
Turrets? These cowards have turrets. Destroy them.
Now the easy thing with turrets, if it ever worked right, is that you can freeze them and then just stay behind them.
Yes, keep going.
And hit their weak point, which is their drum. That drum right there is the weak spot for them. That one went up way quicker because I hit the drum basically.
Turrets are down. Take care of the remaining outposts.
But I think it's doing a little bit of a glitch now. This game has had a lot of issues in development. But you know, no one ever wants to hear about a game that they were excited for. Oh, didn't see him there. He looked like a sentinel. Yeah, I was really excited about the game, but then a bunch of stuff came out about, or when it came out, there was a lot of glitches and issues like that, and they've still persisted to this day. Probably because a lot of people are leaving off of its, of the team who made it, basically, because there's a lot of stuff going in post-production or post-completion, and they're trying to get onto new stuff, basically. Let me do this real quick before I die. Am I hitting it? Alright, cool. Yeah, I killed that. And there's something else, unless it's running away or flying. But I probably ran right past it, actually. I do love the way the game looks, though. Like,
Ah, yes, good job. Something else has come up, though. A freelancer is in trouble out there. Find them and make sure they make it back home.
Got it. On my way.
like when I was in Germany, we drove past the Alps going to this place in Bavaria, and that last view that I was standing by for the longest was really similar to how it looks. Like, it looks distant, but you can tell it's still huge. And it had the exact, like, kind of foggy-ish effect from the distance and probably the water vapor in the air that you wouldn't see right in front of you, but as it's gathered up at a distance, you can see it a little more. So the game was really good with, like, the way the world looks. It's a lot of the game mechanics that are the issue. And I think some people are upset about how the load times are definitely way too long. But I know with the new Xbox, they're working on trying to lower load times in general for all games. So hopefully this one gets remastered to that also.
Help them. You are not too late.
I think the longer you fire this, the more accurate it gets.
The enemy's not finished yet. Stay alert.
Yeah, the more accurate it gets. Right now, none of the enemies are high enough levels to take the frost hit and still survive. So it's kind of annoying that I'm never getting that effect. What is that? Oh, okay, I know what it is. I didn't mean to do that. And I'm not... What does this do? I don't even remember. Forgot I wasn't using the, whatchamacallit. So now the ice effect, because that one's big enough to take the hit. Forgot I wasn't using my,
Your efforts have solved Fight, my friend.
God, completely forgot what I was trying to say. The word. No, I'm missing the word. My Marksman rifle. Dang. I was trying to say DMR, but I know they're not DMR in this game. I think that secondary build, it was like a red dart I shot out. It was kind of like a marking beacon, which makes it do more damage to that specific target. I know it jumps around, but I never really use it right because I like to hit what's in front of me, and sometimes it's like that one was like really far away. I haven't even seen this freelancer that I came to help.
I have no more for you now. People will talk of this. I'll make sure of it.
Also, earlier when Tannis, or whatever her name was talking about the Heart of Rage and how the monitor was there when Freemark fell, that's a part of a video that I lost, and I lost that cutscene also, which was basically, it was a huge fight with a bunch of freelancers versus Dominion, and the monitor was there messing stuff up, and they took the cenotaph, which is the thing that caused the Heart of Rage. They're trying to harness its power, and that's what caused all of that. That's basically what it showed off. And then that's also where like part of a rift became between the Sentinels and the freelancers, because the Sentinels all fled the fight and were going basically to the sewers and one freelancer came back and saw them going there and realized that they had hidden stuff underneath the city, which the freelancers probably should have known about, so they knew how to properly defend the city. Which changes things a little bit, because overall you should probably be using your best stuff to protect the city, but there'll be more precautions going into it, I assume. But that's our last mission for this video, and we're gonna go in, as we usually in these, go to the forge. Alright, so let's see what we got here. And I'm gonna start off by saying, don't forget to look at each one of these and tell me which you would like to see next. Because I can wait, hang on. I think it actually might let me create one of each, since I already have completed the campaign. Like, I have a character that's maxed out and some of the stuff carries over. But if you want to see me change to a different javelin, let me know now, or let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to keep with the interceptor, that's cool too, but just let me know in the comments down below. If I don't get any comments, I'll probably switch over to the Storm next, because that's the one that I've seen the least of in my own personal experience. So I know a little bit less about how to build that one up, basically. This one's level 11, these are 12. I think I like the Havoc more because of its RPM, rounds per minute. And this is a good feature that they added, the multi-select for scrapping, because before I wouldn't even scrap stuff because of how long it would take. So that's a bunch of, and that meant that there's just a bunch of crafting material that I wasn't getting because of that. What is this? Plasma Star, is that fire or electric? That's electric. I can't really see that symbol from where I'm sitting. But it's either fire or explosive. One of the. Ooh, not that. Alright, cool. It's either fire or explosive or something like that. Not controller. What you call it? Got caught again. My joystick. Battle inscription. Increases weapon damage. Maximum shield. Or decreases armor. I'm going to take this one because it increases overall damage and the repair drop rate, which is on the... No, wait, never mind. Yeah. And in here, I guess I can boost the shields. Well, I mean, compared to this, it's going to increase my armor also, but it's meant to increase the shields more so. Yeah, so I mean, overall, anything is good. And it looks like... Oh, well, that's going to decrease it by its base amount, though. I don't know. Basically, though, my shields will be stronger, which is good, since most of the time, once my shield breaks, I'm almost dead anyways, and I try and jump out of the fight if I notice it, or if I'm not being dumb, basically. But there's something else in here that the animations, because I know I have a few of these, so I'll put in this one. I'm gonna try and not let you see them yet. If I can change fast enough. Out of them, I think that's the only one I have to change though. Yeah, and you guys have already seen the clap and the flare throw and all that. I don't really know what the use of the flare throw is, but now that we're done there, someone has a mission that we can pick up. Our contract. It's either Bren the Acarnist or the Freelancers. And I don't know why I called Bren by her name instead of the Sentinels, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'll go to the tavern. I never really go there. Or bar. I think they call it a bar in this. Because basically, like, if you look around here, it's really a mix between, like, Renaissance style stuff with all, like, the fancy glass over there and the way the buildings and all the, like, cloths that are just hanging around. And then, like, futuristic stuff with, like, this huge spire, basically. And all the scaffolding around, basically showing that it's newer. So it's kind of like humans are stuck with like the great design stuff that came with the Renaissance fair and all the new technology that came after that, and more like 21st century stuff, or I mean even past that. And I wonder if there's anyone here to talk to.
Good to see you.
I'm not sure if that was a girl or a boy. I'm still not really sure by the looks either. I really go by the voice. Oh, who's this?
Well, I know you. You're the hotshot who silenced that shaper thing, yeah?
Word travels fast.
I keep an ear to the ground. Best way to stay alive out here. Maxine. Call me Max. Welcome to my bar.
You're the owner?
Am now. Got it off Dusty in a game of cards. Pretty sure he threw that hand.
You really think he'd bet his entire bar and throw the hand?
In a heartbeat. If he ever had a heart to begin with. Dusty managed to lose the deed to his bar and his shirt, and the very next morning headed out of town. Only he didn't make it.
Hold up a second. What happened to the last owner?
He was on a strider to Anthem with the governor and it went down. Some say accident, some say a hit. Nobody made it back and the black box went missing.
You think Dusty was the target? Or the governor?
Dusty owed a lot to the wrong people, but dead men don't pay their debts. The governor? Not really worth the trouble, you know what I mean? Dusty's not the only owner to die in glitched circumstances, just the latest. People think this place is cursed.
Wanted to
So
answer
the bar is
both.
cursed. Great. You know, I've got enough trouble as it is.
You'll be fine. It only gets owners and dine and dashers. And I may be lying about the last one. You're doing good work around here, freelancer. I'll get you a tab. First one's on the house. And if there's something you need, maybe I know some people. We'll see. Okay?
She seems nice. I didn't really talk to many people in the tavern. That's why I decided to come here, because it's both new for me and for others. I think this is saying that the shipments are being delayed. And yeah, I never really looked around down here. And I don't know what it looked like originally, too, because I noticed that some of the stuff is starting to get cleaned up around Fort Tarsus since we're doing more missions. I think we're about halfway-ish through the main story. Since technically the story doesn't end, because you're pretty much just a person living day to day doing missions. Yeah, but I think that's going to be all for this episode. Right now, there's about 50 minutes as of right now at this point. On my recording software, there's 50 minutes. So, we'll see how much gets cut out from editing out, like, basically bits that were just nothing, like dead zoned and loading screens. I'm expecting about 5 minutes feels like it'd be too much, but I'm still going to guess higher and say like 10 minutes. If not, if I'm wrong, oops. But, you know, it doesn't matter either way. Anyways, I'm King Abaddon. You can follow me on Instagram at king__Abaddon. There you can find trailers for the videos that are coming out each day of the week. one of my friends is being basically my social media director and helping me out with that. So if you're like another creator trying to contact me, because I've had a few people, but I don't know if they found me on Instagram or not, message me there and I'll be notified. But it might take a second because I don't open Instagram often, basically. Anyways, that's where you can go to find trailers and stuff. You can like the video, share with your friends. That helps me out, grows the channel a little bit more. And don't forget to subscribe for new videos, 3 new videos every week. And I'll see you next time.